Good evening, fuckers. Once again, we are back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. We are up to 20 of these things now. I'm quite pleasantly surprised at how quickly these are coming along. For this one, it's another request from MikkDC, and this is one that I am quite keen to do. Largely because of the amount of firsts that are involved. I have had this particular route for about 1 hour over a day, and the same also applies to the locomotive that has been chosen. I have not driven a single inch of this route yet, and I've not sat in the cab of this loco either, so yeah, it's a complete unknown to me. I don't know how the loco is going to perform, nor do I know what the route is going to be like, but it is the Trans-Pennine Express. So I can imagine there are going to be a fair few gradients at some point. Anyway, we are starting at Manchester, Victoria, and the destination is Leeds. But there are 3 stops on the way which have been requested. So we'll be making stops at Stalybridge, at Marsden, then Huddersfield, and then the final stop at Leeds. And as for the loco, I mean, I'm sure I'm fairly familiar with it because it is a variant of the Class 47. So it's the 47/8, which was a fairly late sort of upgrade to the original 47, and quite a substantial upgrade at that. I mean, not as much as the upgrades when the Class 57s came along, but nevertheless it was quite a bit. So yeah, I'm thinking that this thing is going to perform pretty well. Also, just double check, so this is not going to be just the light train. There will be coaches here. Let's start her up. I do like that. So it's just, max speed 95 mph. The cab number just scrawled in with a black marker. Got quite a few bits of just written out notes all over the place. Very sort of grubby and purely sort of like functionary this looks promising. Right, there we go. Right, test light on. Let's take a look outside. We are well beyond the platform. Let's sort out the lights. So we're down to the 4th coach before any of them are actually on the platform itself. So we have 9 Trans-Pennine coaches, So it's not like we started, like, you know, really far out just for the hell of it. There is just no room. Okay, so this could be a bit of a handful. Right, and the reverser is off when it's there, so there's reverse. Engine only, that sounds like neutral. There we go, right forward. Brakes released. So the journey is about 43.5 miles and it's expected to take about 55 minutes. Let's get underway. I don't like where that 158 is just standing. Okay, looks like we are going to avoid it. So we're into a 20, okay, I thought it was a 25 mph section. Maybe it will only start once we have come off of these points. We do need to speed up a little bit though. Alright, so we're on the 25 mph section now. Yep, onto the 40. Let's take it up full throttle. Now I have a feeling that until we actually leave Manchester, we are not going to have any particularly glorious scenery to take a look at. Acceleration is not fantastic, but then we are on a 1 in 59 uphill climb, and yeah, we have 9 coaches being pulled behind us, so it's entirely understandable. I have no idea what that speed restriction there is. It's just a garbled mess. It's like two right on top of each other. So anyway, we're now onto a 50 mph section. It's now 1 in 47 uphill climb. I can't believe that there will be too many steeper areas than this around the Pennines. We're going to need to lose some speed. So we are approaching a 30 mph section. There we go. Too much. Still losing speed. So it's leveled out now. So the mph section here, you can clearly see why. Very tight curve here. So obviously green signal here, so that red one up ahead is, yeah, the line that's joining us here. Get ourselves closer to 30, and we'll be, the front has passed the 60 mph part of this line. And now we are fully on there. Let's crank it up to full. Now into a 70 mph section. Further increase to 75 in just over half a mile. There's a Class 142 Pacer that's just gone by. Truly awful train. Although they're not bad to drive in this game. In real life, yeah, both passengers and drivers alike will tell you that they're actually fucking useless heaps of shit. So we have entered the 75 mph section, and now that is the top speed. Pleasantly surprised if we will be able to go faster than 75 anywhere on this route. So I've never driven this route before, so I'm having to go by my geographical knowledge of the area. I think Stately Bridge is still technically in Greater Manchester, so it's probably not that far before we reach that station. We are certainly starting to approach the Pennines now. In 135 climb, we seem pretty much stuck on 64. In fact, we are losing speed. It's very, very slowly, but we are losing it. I'm pretty sure it's just due to the sheer weight that we're pulling in this thing. Okay, a 1 in 135 climb is not going to help matters too much, but okay, so the first station is Ashton-under-Lyne, I should say. We are not stopping there. Max speed decrease coming up in a mile and a half. Max speed will be 60. We're not much over that at the moment and still dropping. Another Pacer. Now starting to actually gain speed. We would be, because we were about to have to slow down. Well, in a mile. And then in a mile and a half we've got to really slow down to 35. And that's why. So Staley Bridge is coming up. Let's coast for a bit. Go through Ashton-under-Lyne station. And right, you'll get some braking on, get us down to 60. Once again overdone it, but with that 35 section coming up, I don't really want to put any speed up. In fact, start braking for that. Okay, really we should start restarting the brake for the Staley Bridge station. I certainly have overdone it there. See if we can try and maintain our speed. No, see, we're gaining speed. To the 35. So we're on to the 50 mph line, but yeah, we're stopping here at Staley Bridge. Definitely put the brakes on too early, but it's not a career scenario, so just keep rolling along. All coaches are on there. Here we are. We'll let people on and off. Looks like no one is in any desperate hurry to get off here. Looking around, yeah, I think I can see why. Right, all doors shut. Off we go. So the next stop, well, the next station that we are stopping at is Marsden. One in 144 climb again, which is certainly having an effect on our acceleration. So we are now in a 65 mph section. So the next station is Mossley, as Moseley? No, it's going to be Moseley. We're not stopping there anyway, so... Coming up. Doesn't look like it's going to be a particularly long one because Mossy Station is barely half a mile ahead. No, it's just a short one. Station, very short one. It's no surprise that this did not stop there. Station is Greenfield, we're not stopping there either. So on our 1 in 150 climb, again impacting on our acceleration, but we are still gaining speed. So you've reached 60 mph. Take a look at Greenfield from out here, past another pacer that's in the station. Decrease, and quite a significant speed decrease coming up to 15. Then once we get past that, it goes back up to 85. Yeah, right. to start coasting, as we were very close to reaching the speed limit, we're going to have to do some pretty hefty braking within, well, certainly within a mile for that 15 mph section, which I can only assume is, yeah, changing the line on through, yeah, over points. Going uphill here is going to certainly help when it comes to reducing speed. Yeah, speed is really coming down at a fast old rate. Still half a mile from it. That? No, that's not us. Okay. Right, so extremely slow, but yeah, lost too much speed now. So we're now on to the 60 mph section. So, okay, let's yeah, let's crank it all the way. We're not far from 85 mph max speed increase. Here we are. Treat myself to a regular fag while we go through here. Christ, how long is this tunnel? That 45 mph section is almost certainly at the end of the tunnel here. Got another mile and a half to go. Yeah, all of these speed limits that are overlapping, they make it, well, in the case of ones like this, they make it impossible to agreed. So the next stop is Marsden, which is one of the stops on our list. Yeah, that is annoying. That's twice now. The AWS has gone off. We've had no visual indicator. We just hear it. Overdid the braking. Just avoided the speeding. So we finally emerged from there. I reduced speed rather early. Oh, okay, so now I can see it's 60 mph. Yeah, we're stopping in Marsden. Well, there might be like a couple of coaches that will actually be on the platform. I'm going to guess that this is why this stop was chosen, just to see how much or how little of the loco will actually be able to stop here. So 4 coaches managed to managed to get on there, but the 5 that are after them, yeah, no chance. There we go. Right. On the way again. So I don't know what the next station is, but our next stop is Huddersfield. And we are just under 25 miles to Leeds. So now we're on a downhill section. 1 in 104 downhill. We'll certainly pick up some speed here. So we're into a 70 mph section. And it's swiftly followed by an 85. I have a feeling we'll be doing 85 long before we get to the bottom of this slope. It's now 1 in 104 downhill, and we're in the 85 section. Slaithwaite, next station, going straight through there. coast for a little bit. Just apply a slight bit of braking, purely so that yeah, we can go for maximum thrash as we go through Slate. Two platforms are nowhere near each other. Not so much for the max thrash. We've got a coast now, otherwise we're going to end up going way too fast. It looks more like a canal than a river to me. I don't know which one, there are so many around this sort of area. I mean, the obvious guess would be the Leeds and Liverpool canal. So we have speed reduction to 70 mph in a mile and a half. Which is quickly followed by another unreadable one. Right. We're still over a mile away from this, but in fact we're on such a steep downhill section that I want to be ready for it. So I'll give us plenty of leeway, which the downhill section will then start to make up for. So I've no idea what this speed limit is. So I am probably going to have to start looking at the trackside signs rather than just relying on the HUD. I'm not seeing much. Well, Huddersfield is the next station, so let's so that's marking 70, yeah, we know that, but what about this one? Okay. Well, we can put some speed up then. Let's not put too much speed up. Another tunnel, I suppose. Considering we are going across the Pennines, I shouldn't be too surprised. I just realised that the downward slope is now 1 in 95. brake really hard for here. Maybe not quite that hard. Yeah, I overdid that one. Okay, I don't think we'll get all of the... Actually, yeah, I think we are going to get all the coaches. It's going to be close, but yeah, I think we will do it. Yeah, so we've passed it, but the coaches are okay. So this is the final stop along the route. No more stops now until we reach Leeds itself, which is in just over 17 3/4 miles. Right, off we go. Won't put any more revs on because yeah, we're in a 35 mph section. It's going up to 40 fairly soon, but I'll wait till we're in the 70 before we go full throttle. So that's why the additional speed limit came along. Misread that for a second. I thought it said it had already gone up to 70. Okay, now it has. There is Huddersfield in all its glory. It's pretty much as I imagined. I wasn't imagining a paradise or anything. So, next stop is Dayton. No, next station is Dayton, we're not stopping. So, like I said, no more stops now until we reach Leeds itself in 17 miles. Downhill section. So yeah, let's coast this. 1 in 146 downhill, but we are actually losing speed going down here. Okay, we'll put on roughly half throttle. We certainly don't need half throttle. So that was Dayton. There's a real blink and you miss it station. Losing speed still. Put a little throttle on and see if that, yeah, our speed is going up faster than expected, but I can't really slow down too much more. Yet again another speed limit change, and I cannot for the life of me see what it is. So again, keep a lookout for trackside signs. So Mirfield is the next station. We're getting very close to the speed limit, so let's slow us down a tad. Slowed us down a lot. I'm going on the assumption that this is 60, but I can't see it, and I can't see anything trackside that's telling me either. I've not seen a single morphous board or nothing. So yeah, it is 60. Right. So we can throttle up again. Get some, in fact it's now 75. So we can get some maximum thrash as we go through Mirfield. Going very slightly downhill, 1 in 276. It's another rather tiny station that seems to be in the middle of fuck all nothing. The Ravensthorpe station, the next one, in just under 1.5 miles. About to hit 70 mph, there we go. See if we can keep the max thrash going and pass through Ravensthorpe at top back. With yet another pacer at the station there. There we go. Right. Let's close for a little bit. It's actually got a morphous board there. Looks like we're about to start going uphill. 1 in 223, so it's not going to slow us down too much. I think we can carry on coasting for a little bit. Next station is Batley. Again, just going straight through there. I think we've lost enough speed now. We can crank it up again, especially as we go through whatever station this is. I've no idea. Dewsbury, I'm guessing. another really delightful, yeah, scenic location, this one. Right, so this 1 in 119 uphill climb means that at full throttle we're not gaining any speed, we're losing it. Although that said, I mean, at no point on this run has the good old Class 47 felt like it's underpowered. Battery station. So Leeds is now just 7.5 miles away. Fair sized tunnel. Morley station coming up in 1.5 miles. Hit 70, start coasting, get ready to start braking for this 55 section. Braking far too hard again. Again, I've no idea what that speed restriction is. It looks like 65. Either way, we're going to be okay. Yeah, see no more pussies, but yeah, it's 60. So only 1.5 miles away from the next stop, which is Cottingley. I keep saying stop, next station. We're not stopping there. Leeds itself is less than 4.5 miles away, so once we pass the 75 section, we will throttle up again. There we go. As we're going downhill, we should pick up speed at a pretty good rate. just realised we're on a 1 in 120 downhill section. I think we can coast it for a bit. But yeah, you know by now what I'm going to do. Right, let's max thrash time. So 1 in 1 of 52, and we're losing speed as we coast along. We do have a 50 mph speed reduction, which is quickly followed by a 40 mph speed reduction, and Leeds is less than 2.5 miles away. That 40 is quickly followed by a 25 mph reduction. We sticking to 25 for the rest of the trip. Even though it's downhill, so let's it's another 47/8. Frames per second has certainly taken a bit of a hammering around here. Yeah, it's fine when we're looking side on, but front on, they do dip. So we're into the 50 mph section. 40 mph section is in just 1/10 of a mile. So there we are in the 40, and now we need to reduce our speed even more for this upcoming 25. Overdone it. Yeah, these really slow FPS around here, it's affecting my braking there. I didn't notice, yes, the downhill section that we're now on, 1 in 83. We'll let that speed us up a bit because we braked way too hard. 15 MPH section is right before we reach the platform, so we'll be fine there. It looks like finally the FPS is starting to improve. Not by a huge amount, but it is better than it was. And the ground is completely leveled out as well, so the actual entrance to Leeds itself shouldn't be too bad. Certainly easier than some of the London terminuses. Yeah, braked far too hard again. Stopping on platform 15. It is dead ahead. Looks like yellow signal. Yeah, that's okay. Let the whole train get on here. Well, as much of it as I can, because we've got a red signal coming up. Crawl along so that we have all of the carriages on the platform. There we are. We have made it. We are at Leeds with its very slow FPS in several sections. Yeah. Well, if it wasn't for that drop in FPS around Leeds, I'd have said this was a great route. Well, that and the number of times that you just could not read the speed restrictions on the HUD. So that's two issues with the route. But other than that, I thought it was great. The loco is great, but it has one problem, and that is that, yeah, the visual indicator for the AWS does not stay showing. So, yeah, that could do with sorting out as well. But other than that, yeah, it's made a pretty good first impression, both loco and route. So that was Manchester to Leeds on the Trans-Pennine Express. So if you have a request that you want to make for the next Train Simulator Classic video, then click on the link in the description and you'll find all of the routes and trains that are available to choose from. And just bung your request in the comments and it will get done. Right, that is that one done. We'll see you on the next one.